Who wants to talk about quercetin? One of my favorites. So quercetin is a flavonoid or plant flavanol, you may hear. It is very well known for its antioxidant activity in the body. And you may also have heard quercetin being one of those powerhouse nutrients in many of the antiviral protocols that we've been hearing about in the last couple of years for its ability to stabilize mast cells. Also, let me flip over to here. Okay, there we go. It's got anti-allergic properties for its ability to quiet down that histamine release that so many suffer from. Nerds, quercetin is a leukotriene that actually activates two of my favorite pathways in the body, which I've talked about many times, NRF2 or NRF2, as well as the AMPK pathway. So I wanted to give you some information on the supplemental form and what you want to look for when purchasing this as a supplement. And I'm going to show you two of the forms that I like and I use in many client treatment plans. First is the glucoside form. So everyone go run and look at your supplements and see which form you have. The first of the better forms is the glucoside form. And actually, let me go back over to here so you can kind of see. It actually uses the same transporter that glucose does. So it's very well absorbed this way. One of the reasons why that food forms are very good sources and very good bioavailable sources of quercetin. The form that I like to use is the phytosome form because it actually, that phytosome technology actually helps it diffuse into the membrane, across the membrane, I should say. And dosages are going to range between 500 milligrams up to 1500 we've seen in research. And generally, it's actually the lower end that if you're doing it in combination with like the zinc and the vitamin C and all the other things, as far as more recent protocols, it's about 500 milligrams really is all that's needed. But even more exciting is the food sources. And onions are by far my favorite sources. You may have heard me talk about a while back cutting like a third of a red onion, a purple onion, putting it in a mason jar, filling that mason jar with raw local honey, and just taking a few teaspoons of that honey every single day for allergies, help quiet that Th2 response and help with the histamine. And, you may also, if you're someone who struggles with that, you may also want to have some genetic SNPs tested, especially the DAO enzyme, which helps to break down the histamine. You may want to check and see if you've got cut off there. You want to make sure that DAO enzyme is not handicapped. Also, genetically, a larger percent of the population than we thought actually suffers from MCAS, that mast cell activation syndrome, which is actually related to a lot of the symptoms that people are having with long COVID. So lots of things to think about here. Cabinets, make sure you've got one of those two forms I'm talking about. Consume lots of apples and onions on a daily basis, and all the regular things to support immune system, foods that are rich in color for antioxidant, and quercetin has many other benefits beyond the few that I focused on here, but hopefully that's some good info to get you going.